Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video with the Deederville twins. And today it's just Nicole coming to you with an install video of some crochet braids that I'm planning to leave in my hair for the next 2 to 4 months. So I'm just gonna go over the hair that I decided to purchase, how I plan to do my braiding, installation, and any styling that I'm going to be doing for the initial process. But my goal is to come to you with 3 other videos following this one that's gonna kind of talk a bit more about how to keep this hair as someone that works out pretty much 5 to 6 days a week. So I want to make sure that I share that with you. So if this is something that interests you, stay tuned. So let's get into the hair that I bought this from YWIGS, and it's their, I think it's called multi-texture hair. I'll leave all the hair details in the comment section below, and the description, the description below is gonna have all the details of the hair that I use, the products that I'm gonna use throughout the video as well. So I decided to go and buy 3 bundles, and I did a lot of research looking at all the videos that's been on YouTube so far, since this hair is fairly new, I think. And I decided to go with getting 6 bundles, but the way that they come in, I am pretty sure that their packaging has changed. So before, when I seen it, each 50 strand of hair comes in one, and this would be 1 bundle, but now each bundle is only 50. So I have 6 of these all together. I think this is way more than I need, so I just have some if I needed to do a touch-up, because I plan to wear this for pretty much 4 months. And I already opened one. So packaging wise, I think it's been pretty good. A lot of people had issues with it tangling up, but as you can see, they now have a hairnet on it so that it keeps the 2 parts separated. And then I opened this one up already, but it came with 2 bands on each side to make sure that the hairs don't stick on each other. But from what I can see, it's gonna be pretty easy to just separate each individually and then start with the crochet process. So the next step is gonna be me just going in to wash the hair before I install it, because I don't really like just installing it from the pack, because the coating sometimes has some type of effect to my scalp. So I always make sure that I wash the hair that I use. And then I'm going to also be doing the braiding pattern. So I don't use the braiding hair anymore, the regular, those expression braids, because I also have some type of sensitivity to my scalp with that one. So I just get some human hair. I got this off of Amazon. I think it was like $20 or $30 for this. So this should be enough to braid down my hair. And you can also just do it with your regular hair, but since I'm going to be leaving this in for a long time, I think the braids hold better if you use some type of additional hair to do your braids. So I'll also be washing this. And I did forget to mention that this, I think the total price was $300 or $320 for all the bundles. So between $250 to $320, you can probably get enough hair to do a full install, depending on the size of your head. Because I think 4 to 6 of these 50-piece bundles will be a good enough amount to do someone's entire hair. And apart from that, the other things that I got in the bag was this. So it already comes, it's hard to see, it already comes with the crochet hook. It has a comb with that pick in the front, which is going to be perfect for separating and getting neat braids. And then it has also an edge brush and 2 clips. So I thought this was a very good addition. I didn't know about this, so I went ahead and bought some of this before. But for those who don't know, you're going to get this, so you don't need to buy any of this beforehand. So I'm done washing the hair, and now I'm going to be starting my braid pattern. So I went ahead and washed the braiding hair as well. This was some Yuban hair that I got off Amazon. The main reason I do it this way, just because I don't want it to irritate my scalp. So that's washed. And the braid pattern that I'm going to do, so I'm going to leave a small amount in the front out, and then I'm going to split my hair in 2 and have smaller sections over in the top, and then the back is just going to be larger because no one really cares about the back, so that's okay. So I'm just going to get this to stay. I'm going to be opening this pack and using the supplies that they gave me. So I'm going to try to stick to using these supplies and let you know if it's really worth it to buy additional stuff. So just taking that. I have a mirror on this side. So a very, very small amount. And this just allows it so that if my hair was to blow in the front, it's kind of hidden. Like the individual crochets will be hidden. And I think that this curl pattern is actually going to match my hair pretty good. So we'll see. If not, then I will have an alternate way that we can get it to blend. So there's that. So that's good on that side. I'll just twist it down very quick. And for this next side, pretty much the same amount. I'm getting all my edges in there too, because this does not, like, this part of my hair is very thin, very sparse. So this is what I'm left with now. I'm going to now separate the front from the back. I think around here is good. And I'm working on, I washed my hair yesterday and it's blow dried and everything. So you want to do this on washed hair, especially if you're gonna plan to leave this for a long while. Yeah, I just feel like it's better to use the rat tail portion of the comb to do the separations at this point, and then you can clean up with the other side. So that looks to be good for now. So you want to make sure that this middle part is exactly how you want it, because this is the part that's going to be defined the most, especially if you're wearing it in the middle part. You can also do the defined side part. I think I'll have multi-parts, so a middle part and a side part for mine. So I'll just try to straighten that out a bit. Good. So let's get to this bag and see the clips in it. That's gonna come in handy. I can just clip this side up. It comes with 2 clips. Put that up, and then I'm gonna start the braiding. So I'll start a couple and then I'll do the rest off camera. Size wise, let's see how I want the size to be. So I've have this section, it's fairly small, I guess, and I'm just gonna take a bit of braiding hair, and you don't need a lot. Let's see, this braiding hair is kind of short, so I'm interested to see how this is gonna go. So I'm just gonna, let's see, I'll do this. Just braiding that down. And since it is short braiding hair, I'm just gonna add some when I can see it's kind of running out. So it'd probably be wise to separate a few strands before. So I already noticed that I might have done a mistake, but we'll continue going. I remember they said don't do it too tight. Don't do the braid too tight because you gotta get the crochet hook in. So we'll test it and see. So that is braid number 1. We will try to put the crochet hook through and see if that's gonna hurt. And I think it should be okay. So I guess that's just something to remember. Don't put the braid too tight when you're starting it off. But so far so good. And I'll do the rest off camera and come in when there's spots that I need to talk. Okay, so I'm back and the front is pretty much all done. I ended up pulling out a few more here in the front just because I wanted so that the shorter pieces are for sure not braided in, and I have a very thin layer of the longer pieces so I can use that to hide the hair in the front. So the way that I have the back, I've already went out and separated the parts, and I have 7 bigger braids in the back. I think in the front I have a total of 15 braids. I think 8 on this side and 7 on this side. Don't know why it's not even. And then in the back I have 7. So you see how I have this middle part? These 2 braids, since I'm going to be mainly wearing a middle part and a side part, I'm going to take these and cross them, and then I have this separated section in the middle that I'm just going to braid them into. So I'll do that for this part, and then I'll also, I think I have a side part or something like that, and I'll do that crossover thing there as well. Because from what I've seen, there's instances where if you do it straight down the middle, then you're gonna have a gaping part and it just kind of looks weird, so it's harder to conceal. So I'm trying to break it up with the crisscross and then have the jumbo corners down the back. So I'm gonna do that and I'll come back. Okay, so everything is completed. I've braided my entire hair. As I said before, the edges are out, and then the back looks like this. I don't know if you can see. And the white stuff in there, I just greased my scalp because this is gonna be in for a while. And the front is like this. So now it's time to start with the crochet. I went ahead and already washed it. It's kind of wet still, but that's okay. And as I said before, in each of these little bundles you get 50 strands of crochet here. And when I wash it, I didn't show that, but when I washed it, I kept this gold piece on and just submerged it into the water. So I'll see right now if it's tangled. Like, to me, it's not tangled. I know there was some people who said that they had issues with tangling, but from what I can see, it looks like they worked on that. So it was easy for me to just take one off. So I'm gonna start at the back. Just get a braid somewhere and hook it on, close the latch, and then pull it through. And with these ones, I think I'm going to do, let's see how one loop. I think I'm going to do 2 loops. I'm just a little paranoid that it's going to come out. So I'll do 2 loops and or 2 knots, I mean, and then that's going to be it. So I'll continue doing this throughout my whole hair, and then I'll come back when I'm at the front. And I have just completed the back. For the entire thing, it took me about 3 of those little bundle packages. Yeah, a total of 3 of those little bundle packages. So I don't think it was that it wasn't too bad. So we'll see how many other packages that I do use for the front. But in the absolute front of my hair, I've seen them do it a different way, where the whole idea is I want these front pieces to be kind of invisible, because that's where I'll possibly have my hair flipped up if I want to wear it in that style. Woo! So let's see. See, now to me this is too big of a crochet needle. We gotta improvise now. I did see someone else do another type of crochet needle, but I don't have that one, so you have to make this one work. Maybe going from this side. Okay, so I just put it in like that, clip it, put it in like this, close it first, and then pull it through. Okay, so then that one's gonna be in the front like that. So you see how I pulled it a little bit? I pulled it back a little bit. Now I'm just going to crochet it down a bit and then bring it back to the front. So keep on crocheting. And I'm not doing this for all of them, I'm just doing it for the frontmost pieces. So try to make it end up being even. That will be my thing that I will update on the next one. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I just wish that I would have leveled it out a bit, but that's pretty much the idea of it, so that the front ones could look like they're tied in with the hair, because once I put my hair back there, it's probably going to be pretty hard to see that. So we'll continue on. I'll come back when I'm done all the front ones. And I am back. So it has been just an interesting process. This is a whole other day, first of all, and it's not that it's a long process, it's just that the way that I do my hair, I just take so many breaks in the middle, so I couldn't record everything, because last time I finished pretty late. So once you start putting them in, as I said before when I did the first one, I did that all the way up until the parting where I wanted to show some spacing. So what I did instead in those parts, so let me see if I can get my hook in one of those, because right now this looks pretty full. So I put my crochet hook in the same way and then close it, pull it through. But this time, I'm pulling it all the way through. Wrong. Okay, then I pull it out the way that I do the other ones. But instead of bringing both of them over like this and looping it, I'm only gonna loop over one side. And the thing to remember is you need to have the top side have no thread showing on it. So the way that I make sure that of this is I take one of the sides that I need, and then I know that this is going to be up, so I'm going to have to pull all this side so that the thread is going to remain on that other side. So this one's going to go through, and right now there's no thread, but I want all the thread to be on the underside. So I just pull it like that, making sure that top has no thread showing, and it's only going to be the hair, and the bottom has the thread part, just the way that these are constructed. So that will give you that invisible part. And yeah, that's what I did for this whole row here. It still looks kind of crochet-ish, but there's another thing that I will try out to see if I can kind of hide that a little bit more. So then now the next part is that I went on to kind of define some of the back already. So I'll just show everyone how I do the defining of the hair now. Oh yes, and I didn't even talk about the front of my hair. So the front of my hair, since I kind of straighten my hair on a regular basis, the definition in the front is gone. So I just use some of these perm rods and set them in the front. I don't really care that, I just don't want the hair not to be straight. So that's the thing here. If your hair, if you define it and it's curly, you'll be able to blend it in. So that won't be a thing for you. But if you define your hair and it's straight, I would use some type of setting thing to kind of give you that curl. So I just have a spray bottle here, and in this spray bottle I just have some Aussie Moist. When I have any hair or wigs that need defining that's not my natural hair, I'll always use Aussie Moist. It's the cheapest thing, and it really helps you define and detangle through the hair. So spraying Aussie Moist and water mixture on my hair first, and I'm getting it pretty saturated. And from what I have seen with the last two sections that I've defined, this hair really is very, it defines very well, very much like natural hair in a wash and go state. So, and that's what I was expecting, so that's good to know. Now I have this bigger Denman brush, because yeah, the Denman brush to me gets the best curl definition. And I got the bigger one because I knew this is gonna be a lot of hair. So any brush pretty much will do, but my preference is always the Denman brush. So I define it pretty much how I need it to be. Then to seal it in, I have this Extreme Gel, Extreme Wet Line. I think that's what it's called, Extreme. And I like it for this hair and also my natural hair. I use this on my natural hair because I don't think it has any alcohol in it to dry out your hair. So that was always my gel of choice, and I had some left over, so I'll just try it on this. So I just put it through the hair, make sure everything is defined. But wetting it and pulling it out before you put the gel is key. You'll define it, and then the gel is pretty much just sealing in that curl pattern. And you know, if there's some that is kind of big, you can take that by itself and kind of define it a bit further. So I'll do that one more time so that I show everyone that. And apart from that, that pretty much is it with the installation. The next portion is just going to be how the final look is. And with this, go in smaller sections. This section might be too big, but that just means I need to saturate it thoroughly, so that's okay. Pull it out. Might need a little bit more water, but we can always add more water. My thing is, I want to see the definition before I add the gel. That's how I do it. Get that clump action going in. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I realize I should not have worn a black sweater, but I will definitely come on and show you the final look with everything done. So we are back, and this is the final look. I was able to, one thing to mention is the fact that I trimmed it a bit, so I wanted to get some face framing layers, and then I trimmed the back a little bit because I think it was a little bulky on that side. But so far the hair has been pretty good. I'll do a turn around, hopefully it can stay on camera. Yeah, and I really enjoy this styles. I've had it in for about one week so far. Yes, 1 week. And I feel like the upkeep, everything has been going very good with this hairstyle so far. So as I said in the intro, I'm going to be leaving this in for a total of 4 months. That's gonna get me to around the first show where I'll have to change up my hairstyle for that. And I'll be working out, going out through my daily life and seeing how this hair holds up I know on the site it also says that this is a reusable type of hair, but it does say you can only leave it in for 6 to 8 weeks. So that's gonna be interesting to see. Once it's takedown time, I'll also show you how I take it down and if the hair is actually able to come apart, and then I can wash it and use it again. But that is it for this video. I thank you so much for staying and watching it to the end. If you made it this far, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, comments, things I may have missed in the video, you can leave it in the section below and I'll make sure to answer your questions. Also, for those that are not subscribed to the channel yet, or for those that want to stay updated with when I post the next video to this series, please make sure that you subscribe and change that notification so that you can see when we post all our future content. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!